1 And Abraham took a wife, and called her name Keturah. 2 And she bare him Zimran, and Jachin, and Mudun, and Midian, and Ishba, and Shua. 3 And Jachin begot Sheba, and Dedan, and the children of Dedan were Ashur, and Ludish, and Em. 4 And the children of Midian were Ephah, and Epher, and Enoch, and Abijam, and Eldah, all these were the sons of Keturah. 5 And Abraham gave all that he had to Isaac. 6 And the sons of the Philistines, whom Abraham had given as a gift, sent them away from Isaac his son, while he was yet alive, to the land of their fathers. 7 And these were the days of Abraham were 175 years. 8 Then Abraham died in Sheba, a good old man and 75 years old, and was gathered to his people. 9 And Isaac and Ishmael, his sons, buried him in the cave of Machpelah, in the field of Ephron the son of Zohar the Hittite, which he had in front of Mamre, 10 The field that Abraham bought from the sons of Heth, where Abraham and Sarah his wife were buried. 11 And it came to pass after the death of Abraham, that God blessed Isaac his son, and Isaac lived by the well of Lahi, and saw him. 12 And Leah bare Isaac Abraham's son, whom she bare unto him. Hagar the Egyptian bore Abraham a son, Sarah. 13 And these are the names of the sons of Ishmael, according to their names, according to their births, the firstborn of Ishmael, Nebaioth, and Kedar, and Adbeel, and Mibsam. 14 And Mishma, and Dumah, and Mesha. 15 And Hadad, and Tema, and Jetur, and Naphish, and Kedem. 16 These are the sons of Ishmael, and these are their names. In their midst and in their wombs, 22 women were born to them. 17 And the years of the life of Ishmael were 137 years, and he breathed his last and died, and was gathered to his people. 18 And they dwelt from Havilah to Shur, which is before Egypt, in the sight of all his brethren. Naphtali. 19 And Eliezer bare Isaac unto Abraham's son, and Abraham begot Isaac. 20 And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah the daughter of Bethuel the Aramean of Paddan Aram, the sister of Laban the Aramean, to be his wife. 21 And Isaac called Naphtali his wife, and she bare him a son, 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 and he and the Lord answered him, and took Rebekah his wife. 22 And the children came near unto her, and she said, If it be so, why should I go and inquire of the Lord? 23 And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations shall be in thy womb, and 2 peoples shall be separated from thee, and 1 people shall be strong and multiply. Jacob was young. 24 And her days were fulfilled to give birth, and behold, she was pregnant. 25 And the first came out, and he was like a shepherd to her, and they called his name Esau. 26 And after that came out his brother, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel, and he called his name Jacob, and Isaac was 60 years old at the time of his birth. 27 And the boys grew up, and Esau was a man of the field, a hunter, and Jacob was a man of the field, dwelling in tents. 28 And Isaac loved Esau, because he loved venison, and Rebekah loved Jacob. 29 And Jacob went his way, and Esau came in from the field, and he was faint. 30 And Esau said unto Jacob, I pray thee, let me go from man to man, therefore called his name Edom. 31 And Jacob said, I will sell thee thy birthright unto me. 32 And Esau said, Behold, I am about to die, and why should this be done unto me? 33 And Jacob said, And he sat down to eat bread and lentil stew, and he ate and drank, and he rose up and went his way, and Esau devoured the firstborn. One And there was a famine in the land, the first famine that was in the days of Abraham, and Isaac went unto Abimelech king of the Philistines, to Gerar. 2 And the Lord feared him, and said, Go not up out of Egypt, to sojourn in the land which I have told thee of. 3 Sojourn in this land, and I will be with thee. And I will bless thee, and give unto thee and to thy seed all the lands of the earth, and will establish the covenant which I swear unto Abraham thy father. 4 And I will multiply thy seed as the stars of heaven, and will give unto thy seed all the lands of the earth, and in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed. 5 And I will make thy seed to be blessed, and in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed. When Abraham obeyed my voice and kept my commandments, my statutes, and my laws, 6 And Isaac dwelt in the wilderness. 7 And the men of the place asked about his wife, and he said, My sister, why did I fear that they would say, My wife, lest the men of the place kill me? For she is beautiful in appearance. 8 And it came to pass, and when he had been there a long time, Abimael king of the Philistines looked out toward the horizon, and saw that Isaac was laughing with his wife Rebekah. 9 And Abimael called Isaac, and said, Behold, she is your wife, and you said, She is my sister. And he said unto him, Isaac laughed, because I spake falsely of her. 10 And Abimelech said, What is this that thou hast done unto us? One of the people went in unto thy wife, and brought guilt upon us. 11 And Abimelech sent forth all the people, saying, This man shall surely die, and his wife shall surely die. 12 And Isaac sowed in the land of the field, and found in the same year 100 sherim, and the Lord blessed him. 13 And the man grew and went on and grew until he was very great. 14 And he had possessions of flocks and possessions of herds and a great number of servants, and the Philistines sold him. 15 And all the wells that his father's servants had dug in the days of Abraham his father, he stopped up. Philistines and filled them with dust. 16 And Abimelech said unto Isaac, Go from us, for we are very strong. 17 And Isaac departed from there, and dwelt in the valley of Gerar, and dwelt there. 18 And Isaac returned, and digged the wells of water, which they had digged in the days of Abraham his father, and stopped them. The Philistines came after the death of Abraham, and he called the well Shem, after the name which his father had called it. 19 And Isaac's servants digged in the well, and found there a well of living water. 20 And the herdsmen of Gerar strove with the herdsmen of Isaac, saying, The water is ours, and he called the well Ezek, because they were troubled. His people, 21 And they dug another well, and they also filled it up, and he called its name Shethna. 22 And he went away from them, and dug another well, and they did not fill it up, and he called its name Rahaveth, and said, Now the Lord will enlarge us, and we will be fruitful in the land. 23 And he went away from them in Sheba. 24 And he was afraid. The Lord appeared to him that night and said, I am the God of your father Abraham. Do not be afraid, for I will be with you and will bless you and multiply your descendants for the sake of my servant Abraham. 25 And there he built an altar and called on the name of the Lord, and there he pitched his tent, and there Isaac's servants met at Ar. 26 And Abim said to him, Go and see, and I will give you a son, and you shall be my servant. Go to him from Meghir and take hold of his head and the commander of his army. 27 And he said to them, You will laugh at me because you know me, and you will hate me and send me away from you. 28 And they said, We have seen that the Lord is with you. But he said, Let there be a covenant between us. And between you and your people, and you shall make a covenant with them. 29 If you do evil to us, as we have not done to you, and as we have done to you only good, and have sent you away in peace, now you are blessed by the Lord. 30 And he made them a feast, and they ate and drank. 31 And they rose up in the morning, and were filled, every man with his brother. And Isaac sent them away, and they departed from him in peace. 32 And it came to pass on that day, that Isaac's servants came and told him of the well which they had digged, and said unto him, We have found water. 33 And he called it Sheba, therefore the name of the city is Sheba unto this day. 34 And Esau was when he was 40 years old, he took as his wife Judah the daughter of Beri the Hittite, and Bashemath the daughter of Elon the Hittite. 35 And they were a comfort to Isaac and to Rebekah. One And it came to pass, when Isaac was old, and his eyes were dim with sight, that he called Esau his elder son, and said unto him, My son, and he said unto him, Here am I. 2 And he said, Behold, I am old, I know not the day of my death. 3 Now therefore take all that thou hast, and thy bow, and go out to the field, and hunt for venison. 4 And make me savory food, such as I love, and bring it to me, that I may eat it in the morning, and bless my soul before I die. 5 And Rebekah heard of Isaac's words to Esau his son, and Esau went to the field to hunt for venison to bring. 6 And Rebekah said to Jacob her son, Behold, I heard your father speak to your brother Esau, saying, 7 Bring me game and prepare it for me, that I may eat it, and bless you before the Lord before my death. 8 Now, my son, obey my voice in what I command you. 9 Go to the flock and bring me some of my 2 young goats. My venison is good, and I will make it savory for your father, as I love it. 10 And I will bring it to your father, and he will eat of it, that he may bless you before he dies. 11 And Jacob said to Rebekah, My brother Esau is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. 12 Otherwise, my father will touch me and I will be in his eyes, as a slanderer, and he brought me a curse and not a blessing. 13 And he said to his mother, Because of your cursing, my son, listen to my voice and go and get me some. 14 And he went and got and brought it to his mother, and made for his mother savory food, such as his father loved. 15 And Rebekah took Esau's clothes and gave them to her daughter. the greatness of the beauty which she had brought into the house, and she clothed Jacob her younger son. 16 And she put the hairs of the goats of Gad upon his hands, and upon the bands of his neck. 17 And she gave the meats and the bread which she had made into the hand of Jacob her son. 18 And he came to his father, and said, My father, and said, Behold, I am your son. 19 And Jacob said to his father, I have done as you said to me. Arise, bring me some game and eat it from my side, and I will bless you. 20 And Isaac said to his son, Why have you so hastily found my son? And he said, Because the Lord your God said, Before me. 21 And Isaac said unto Jacob, Come near now, and I will tell thee, my son, if it be not so, my son Esau. 22 And Jacob went near unto Isaac his father, and felt him, and said, The voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. 23 And he knew him not, because his hands were the hands of his brother Esau. And they blessed him. 24 And he said, This is my son Esau. And he said, Here I am. 25 And he said, Please come near and eat of my son's game, that you may bless me. And he came near to him and ate, and he came to him with wine and drank. 26 And Isaac said to him, My father, come near and give me drink, my son. 27 And he came near and drank with him, and he was satisfied. And Rachel in his field, and blessed him, and said, Behold, Rachel my son is a shepherd of a field which the Lord hath blessed. 28 And God give thee of the dew of heaven, and of the fatness of the earth, and plenty of fish, and an inheritance. 29 And people shall serve thee, and bow down unto thee, and worship thee, and the Lord shall be a mighty man unto thy brethren, and they shall worship thee. Your father cursed you, and blessed you. 30 And it came to pass, when Isaac had eaten, that he blessed Jacob, and Jacob went out from before Isaac his father, and Esau his brother came by his side. 31 And he also made savory meat, and brought it to his father, and said unto his father, Let my father arise, and eat. His son hunted in the wilderness, and blessed him. 32 And he said unto him, My father Isaac shall laugh at me, and he shall say, I am thy son in thy sight. 33 And Isaac was afraid with a great fear, and said, Where is he that hunted? And he came unto me, and ate of all before he came, and blessed him. And he said to his father, Bless me, even I, my father. And he said, Your brother came to Murmah and took your blessing. And he said, Call him Jacob, and I will follow you. Take and behold, now take my blessing. And he said, Have you not given me a blessing? 37 And Isaac laughed and said to Esau, Here is the man whom I have given you, and all his brothers I have given to him for servants, and I will give him his fish and his meat, and he will eat it, and what shall I do to my son? 38 And Esau said to his father, Bless me, and my father blessed me, and I also, my father, and Esau, and he smote thee. 39 And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, of the fatness of the earth shall thy food be, and of the dew of heaven from above. 40 And by thy sword shalt thou live, and by thy and your brother shall serve you, and it shall be as if you had gone down and broken your neck from the midst of your house. 41 And Esau made Jacob sit upon the blessing wherewith his father had blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, The days of mourning for my father are at hand, then will I kill my brother Jacob. 42 And Rebekah was told the words of Esau. And the elder son sent and called Jacob his younger son, and said unto him, Behold, thy brother Esau doth lie in wait for thee, to kill thee. 43 Now therefore, my son, hearken unto my voice, and arise, go thy way unto Laban my brother's anger. 44 And tarry with him a few days, until thy brother's anger be turned away. 45 Until the day that I return, your brother has forgotten what you did for him, and I sent him away to take you from him. Why should I kill you both in one day? 46 And Rebekah said to Isaac, I am weary of my life because of the daughters of hate. If Jacob takes a wife from the daughters of hate, like any of the daughters of the land, why should I live? One And Isaac called Jacob, and blessed him, and charged him, and said unto him, Thou shalt not take a wife of the daughters of Canaan. 2 Arise, go to Padanaram, to the house of Bethuel thy mother's father, and take thee a wife from thence of the daughters of Laban thy mother's brother. 3 And El Shaddai shall bless thee, and multiply thee. And I will multiply you, and you shall be a company of peoples. For and I will give you the blessing of Abraham, to you and to your seed with you, to inherit the land of your sojournings, which God gave to Abraham. 5 And Isaac sent Jacob away, and he went to Padanaram, to Laban the son of Bethuel the Aramean, Rebekah's brother. Jacob and Esau. 6 And Esau saw that Isaac had blessed Jacob, and sent him to Padanaram to take him a wife from the daughters of Canaan. And they said unto him, Thou shalt not take a wife of the daughters of Canaan. 7 And Jacob hearkened unto his father and mother, and went to Padanaram. 8 And Esau saw that the daughters of Canaan were evil in the eyes of his father Isaac. 9 And Esau went unto Ishmael, and took unto him Mahalath the daughter of Ishmael the son of Abraham, the sister of the prophets, to be his wife. 10 And Jacob went out from Beersheba, and went unto Haran. 11 And he saw the place, and there the sun came up and took some of the stones from the place and put them under his feet and lay down in the same place. 12 And he dreamed, and behold, a ladder set up on the earth, and its top reached to heaven, and behold, the angels of God ascending and descending on it. 13 And behold, the Lord stood above it and said, I am the Lord my God. Abraham your father and the God of Isaac, the land on which you lie, I will give it to you and to your descendants. 14 And your descendants will be like the dust of the earth, and you will divide the sea and the east and the west, and all the families of the earth will be blessed in you and in your descendants. 15 And behold, I am with you. And I will keep you wherever you go and bring you back to this land, for I will not leave you until I have done what I have spoken to you. 16 And Jacob awoke from his sleep and said, Surely the Lord is in this place, and I did not know it. 17 And he was afraid and said, How terrible this place is. This is not the same as the house of God, and this is the gate of heaven. 18 And Jacob rose up early in the morning, and took the stone that he had put under his pillow, and set it up for a pillar, and poured oil upon the top of it. 19 And he called the name of that place Bethel, but the name of the city was Luz at the first. 20 And Jacob vowed a vow, saying, If God will be with me, and keep me in this way which I go, and will give me bread to eat, and raiment to put on, 21 So that I return to my father's house in peace, and the Lord shall be my God, 22 And this stone, which I have laid, shall be for a pillar. It will be the house of God, and whatever you give me a tenth, I will give a tenth to you. One And Jacob arose, and went into the land of his fathers. 2 And he looked, and, behold, there was a well in the field, and, behold, there were 3 flocks of sheep lying by it, for out of the well did the flocks drink water, and the great stone was upon the well's mouth. 3 And all the flocks were gathered thither, and they rolled the stone from the well's mouth. They came up to the well and watered the flock and put the goat back in its place by the well. 4 And Jacob said to them, Come, let us go to the well. And they said, We have come from the land of Canaan. 5 And he said to them, Do you know Laban the son of Nahor? And they said, We know him. 6 And he said to them, Peace be with him. And they said, Peace be with him. And behold, and Rachel his daughter came with the flock. 7 And he said, It is yet a great day, it is not time to gather the flocks, water the sheep, and water them. 8 And they said, We shall not be able to do it until all the flocks are gathered together, and the stone is rolled away from the well's mouth, and the sheep are watered. 9 And he spake unto them again, and Rachel came. With the flock that belonged to her father, she was very happy. 10 And it came to pass, when Jacob saw Rachel the daughter of Laban his mother's brother, and the flock of Laban his mother's brother, that Jacob went and brought the goat from the well, and watered the flock of Laban his mother's brother. 11 And Jacob went to Rachel and said, and he cried, and said, 12 And Jacob told Rachel, He is her father's brother, and he is Rebekah's son, and she ran, and told her father. 13 And it came to pass, when Laban heard that Jacob was his sister's son, that he ran to call him, and embraced him, and kissed him, and brought him into his house, and told Laban all these things. The woman said to Laban, You are my own flesh and blood. And he stayed with him a month. 15 Laban said to Jacob, You are my sister, and you have served me for free. What are your wages? 16 Laban had 2 daughters, the older Leah and the younger Rachel. 17 And my eyes Leah was beautiful and beautiful. 18 Jacob loved Rachel and said, I will serve you 7 years for your younger daughter Rachel. 19 Laban said, If I die, I will give her to you. If I die, I will give her to another man. 20 Jacob served Rachel. 7 years passed, and they were in his eyes as one day in his love for her. 21 And Jacob said to Laban, Bring my wife, as many days as I can, and I will go into her. 22 And Laban gathered all the men of the place and made a feast. 23 And it came to pass in the evening, that he took Leah his daughter, and brought her to him. And he came unto her. 24 And Laban gave her Zilpah his handmaid unto Leah his daughter-in-law. 25 And it came to pass in the morning, that, behold, Leah was there. And he said unto Laban, What is this that thou hast done unto me? Was it not for Rachel that I served thee? And why hast thou deceived me? 26 And Laban said, It shall not be so done unto us in our place. The younger before the firstborn. 27 Complete the 7th week of Zothah, and she will be given to you also in return for the service you will serve with Edom another 7 years. 28 And Jacob did so, and fulfilled Zothah's 7th week, and gave him Rachel his daughter to wife. 29 And Laban gave Bilhah to Rachel his daughter. He went to her as a servant. 30 And he came again to Rachel, and she loved Rachel very much, and served with him yet 7 other years. 31 And the Lord saw that Leah hated him, and he opened her womb, and Rachel was barren. 32 And Leah conceived, and bare a son, and called his name Reuben, because she said, Because the Lord has looked on my affliction, now my husband will love me. 33 And she conceived again, and bare a son, and said, Because the Lord has heard that I was hated, he gave me this also, and she called his name Simeon. 34 And she conceived again, and bare a son, and said, Now my husband will love me. Because I have borne him 3 sons, therefore he called his name Levi. 35 And it conceived, and bare a son, and said, This time I will praise the Lord, therefore she called his name Judah, and she continued in her womb. One And when Rachel saw that she bare Jacob no children, Rachel envied her sister, and said unto Jacob, Give me children, or else I shall die. 2 And Jacob hated Rachel, and said, By God, I have withheld from thee the fruit of the womb. 3 And she said, Behold, my sister Bilhah goeth in unto her. And she shall bear children by the hand of Berechiah, and I will also build a house for her. 4 And she gave him Bilhah her maid to wife, and Jacob went in unto her. 5 And Bilhah conceived, and bare Jacob a son. 6 And Rachel said, God hath judged me, and hath also heard my voice, and given me a son, therefore she called his name Dan. 7 And Bilhah bare Rachel the daughter of Shechem unto Jacob. 8 And Rachel said, Naphtali, O God, I have given birth to a son with my sister Jacob also, and she called his name Naphtali. 9 And Leah saw that she had ceased from childbirth, and she took Zilpah her maid, and gave her to her. Jacob to wife. 10 And Zilpah Leah's handmaid bare Jacob a son. 11 And Leah said, I have deceived you, and she called his name Gad. 12 And Zilpah Leah's handmaid bare Jacob a second son. 13 And Leah said, I have blessed you with daughters, and she called his name Asher. 14 And Reuben went in the days of wheat harvest, and found mandrakes in the field, and brought them unto Leah his mother, and Rachel said unto Leah, I pray thee, give me of thy son's mandrakes. 15 And he said unto her, Go in unto my husband, and take also my son's mandrakes. And Rachel said, Therefore he will lie with thee. The night was for your son's mandrakes. 16 And Jacob came from the field in the evening, and Leah went out to call him, and said, Come to me, for I have hired you for my son's mandrakes. And he lay with her that night. 17 And God heard Leah, and she conceived, and bore Jacob a son, my son. 18 And Leah said, God hath given me my hire, which I have given to my husband, and she shall call his name Isaac. 19 And Leah conceived again, and bare Jacob a son. 20 And Leah said, God hath given me a good hire, now therefore give me a good hire, my husband, because I have borne him. She bore sons and called his name Zebulun. 21 Later, Jael gave birth to a daughter and called her name Dinah. 22 Then God remembered Rachel, and God listened to her and opened her womb. 23 She conceived and bore a son. She said, God has taken away my reproach. 24 She called his name Joseph. And the Lord said unto Joseph, I will bear thee another son. 25 And it came to pass, when Rachel had borne Joseph, that Jacob said unto Laban, Send me away, that I may go unto my own place, and to my country. 26 Give me my wives, and my children, for whom I have served thee, and go, for thou knowest my service which I have done unto thee. I have served you. 27 And Laban said unto him, If now I have found grace in thy sight, I pray thee, let me go, and the Lord bless me for thy sake. 28 And Laban said, Thy wages are with me, and I will give them to thee. 29 And Laban said unto him, Thou knowest that I have served thee, and that thy hire was with me. 30 For a little while. You were before me and have become many, and the Lord has blessed you at my feet. Now when I die, I will also make you my household. 31 And he said, What shall I give you? And Jacob said, Thou shalt not give me 3 things, if thou wilt do this thing to me, I will return and feed thy flock. 32 I will go over in all your flocks, every one that is spotted, and every one that is red, shall be in the flocks, and shall be in the flocks, and shall be in the flocks, and shall be in the flocks. 33 And she shall answer for my righteousness in the day to come, that I may bring in my flocks before you, all that is not spotted, and shall be in the flocks. He stole it from me. 34 And Laban said, If it is as you say, it will be. 35 And he took away that day the he-goats, the spotted and the speckled, and all the goats, the spotted and the spotted, all the goats that Laban had, and all the brown, and put them in the hand of his sons. 36 And he went 3 days' journey. And Jacob was tending the rest of Laban's flock. 37 And Jacob took for himself a staff of Laban, and a staff of Luz, and a staff of Aramon, and he broke the bars of the bricks, and exposed the bars that were on the bars. 38 And he put the bars which he had broken in the troughs of the waters, which he had made. The flock came to water the flock, and it was hot when it came to watering. 39 And the flock warmed against the rods, and the flock bore spotted and speckled lambs. 40 And Jacob separated the flock, and he put the faces of the flock toward the spotted, and all the brown in the flock were white, and he put his own flocks by themselves, and not by the flocks. They were feeding Laban's flock. 41 And the flock was in all the heat, and Jacob was feeding the flock. The sheep were in the sight of the shepherds, to be fed with rods. 42 And in the folds of the flock they did not sit down, and the folds were Laban's, and the bands Jacob's. 43 And the man increased exceedingly, and he had much flock, and herds, and servants, and camels, and asses. One And he heard the words of Laban's sons, saying, Jacob hath taken away all that was our father's, and of that which was our father's, hath he done all this great thing. 2 And Jacob saw Laban's face, and, behold, he was not with him 70. 3 And the Lord said unto Jacob, Return unto the land of thy fathers, and to your offspring, and to your people. 4 And Jacob sent and called Rachel and Leah to the field to his flock. 5 And he said unto them, Behold, I have seen your father's face, that they are not with me, as the 3 of them were, and the God of my father was with me. 6 And I will know that with all my might I have worked for you. 7 And I have worked for you, and I have changed my wages into 10 pieces, and God has not given it to the wicked one before me. 8 If he says, Spotted, then your wages will be, and all the flock will bear speckled. But if he says, Striped, then your wages will be, and all the flock will bear speckled. 9 And God took away the flock of your father, and gave it to me. 10 And it came to pass, while I was feeding the flock, that I opened my eyes, and saw in a dream, and, behold, the lambs which leaped upon the flock were striped, speckled, and grizzled. 11 And the angel of God spake unto Jacob in a dream, and said, Behold, I am 12 And he said, Lift up thine eyes, and see all the trees that are upon the field, speckled, and spotted, for I have seen all that Laban doeth unto thee. 13 I am the God of the house which thou hast destroyed, and of the place which thou vowedst unto me there. Now arise, get thee out of this land, and return to the land of your birth. 14 And Rachel and Leah answered and said unto him, Give us a portion, and we will inherit in our father's house. 15 He is a stranger to us, and we are considered to be his, because he has sold us, and he has also eaten our money. 16 For all the wealth which God hath saved from our father, that is ours, and our children's, and now all. Do as God has said to you. 17 And Jacob rose up, and set his sons and his wives upon the camels. 18 And he carried away all his goods, and all his merchandise, which he had gotten in his possession, which he had gotten in Paddan Aram, to go to Isaac his father in the land of Canaan. 19 And Laban went to cut off, and Rachel stole the mandrakes that were her father's. 20 And Jacob stole the mandrakes of Laban the Aramean in the morning, and told him how he fled. 21 And he fled, and all that he had, and arose, and passed over the river, and set his face toward the Mount Gilead. 22 And it was told Laban that day. The third was Barak, Jacob. 23 And he took his brothers with him, and pursued after him 7 days' journey, and overtook him in the Mount Gilead. 24 And God came to Laban the Aramean in a dream by night, and said unto him, Beware that thou speak unto Jacob both good and evil. 25 And he sat down. Laban and Jacob pitched their tents by the river, and Laban pitched his tents in the hill country of Gilead. 26 And Laban said to Jacob, What have you done to me, that you have stolen away my heart, and have led away my daughters as captives of the sword? 27 Why did you run away and steal me away, and did not tell me? And I will send you away with joy and gladness, with joy and gladness. 28 And you have not left me to kiss my sons and my daughters. Now you have done this. 29 It is in the power of my hand to do you harm, but the God of your father said to me, I will not speak to you about Jacob for good. 30 Now you have gone as far as your father's house, wherefore hast thou stolen my God? 31 And Jacob answered and said unto Laban, Because I feared, saying, Thou shalt take thy daughters from me. 32 For with whom thou shalt find thy God, he shall not live against our brethren. What did you do to me? I took it, but Jacob did not know that Rachel had stolen it. 33 And Laban went into Jacob's tent, and into Leah's tent, and into the tent of the two mothers, but he did not find them. So he went out of Leah's tent and came into Rachel's tent. 34 And he went and took the mandrakes, and put them in the camel's saddle. And he sat down with them, and Laban felt all the way, but found none. 35 And he said to her father, Please, my lord, do not let me go from your presence, for I am a woman's wife. And he searched, but did not find the young ones. 36 And Jacob was angry, and he quarreled with Laban. And Jacob answered and said to Laban, What is my offense? What have I done that you have followed me? 37 Since you have taken all my goods, what have you found of all your household goods? Let us go against each other and your brothers, and let us live together. 38 These 10 years I have been with you. Your oxen and your donkeys have not grazed, and I have not eaten your sheep. 39 Virgins I did not come to you, I will not steal from you, you are asking for theft. I have been a slave by day and a thief by night. 40 I have been a slave by day, and the heat by night, and my years have been hidden from my eyes. 41 These are the years of your service in my house. I have served you 40 years for your 2 daughters and 6 years for your flock, and you have given me back my wages for 10. Numbers 42 If only the God of my father, the God of Abraham and Isaac, had been with me, for now you have sent me empty-handed and with a yoke of oxen. God saw that he was strong. 43 And Laban answered and said to Jacob, The children are my daughters, and the children are my sons, and the flocks are my flocks, and all that you have seen what shall I do to you and your daughters? 44 This day I will make a covenant with you, and it shall be for a witness between me and you. 45 And Jacob took a stone and set it up for a pillar. 46 And Jacob said to his brothers, Gather stones, and take stones. And they made a feast and ate there on the feast. 47 And Laban called it Jegar-Shadutah, but Jacob called it Gilead. 48 And Laban said, This feast is between me and thee, therefore call it Shem, 3 Gilead. 49 And the Lord said, Let the Lord make a separation between me and thee, as if a man were hid. And he said, If you afflict my daughters or if you take wives for my daughters, then God will judge between me and you. And Laban said to Jacob, Behold this heap and behold the pillar which I have cast between me and you. And Laban said to Jacob, Behold this heap and behold the pillar which I have cast between me and you. And Laban said to Jacob, Behold this heap and behold the pillar which I have cast between me and you, and I will not go up to you. I will not pass over this mountain to you, and if you do not pass over this mountain and this place, you will be a troublemaker. 53 The God of Abraham and the God of Nahor, the God of their father, judge between us. And Jacob sat down in the fear of his father Isaac. 54 And Jacob offered a burnt offering and called to his brothers to eat bread, and they ate bread and spent the night by the sea. One And Laban rose up early in the morning, and kissed his sons and his daughters, and blessed them, and departed, and Laban returned unto his place. 2 And Jacob went on his way, and the angels of God met him. 3 And Jacob said, As Ram hath seen this, God hath encamped here, and he called the name of that place Mahanaim. 4 And Jacob sent messengers before him unto Esau his brother, the land of Seir, the country of Edom. 5 And they went out, saying, Thus shalt thou say unto my lord Esau, Thus saith thy servant, 3 Jacob hath been with Laban, and hath been with him until now. 6 And he hath oxen, and asses, and sheep, and menservants, and maidservants, and maidservants. To tell my lord, may I find favor in your sight. 7 And the angels came unto Jacob, saying, We are come unto thy brother Esau, and also come to call thee, and 400 men are with him. 8 And Jacob was greatly afraid, and he gathered unto him, and pressed the people that was with him, and the flocks, and the herds, and the camels. 2 camps. 9 And he said, If Esau come to the one camp, and smite it, and the camp that is left shall be the one that escapeth. 10 And Jacob said, The God of my father Abraham, and the God of my father Isaac, the Lord said unto me, Return unto thy country, and to thy kindred, and it will be well with thee. 11 My little one, of all the loving kindnesses and of all the truth which thou hast shewed unto thy servant, how that with my staff thou hast brought me over this Jordan, and now thou hast made me 2 camps. 12 Deliver me now from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Esau, and I fear him before the Lord, and make me one of the children of Israel. 13 And thou hast said, It is good, it is good. With you and your seed as the days of the sea, which cannot be numbered for multitude. 14 And he stayed there that night, and took from the wilderness in his hand a present for his brethren, 15,000 of she-goats and 30 she-goats, and 30 rams, 16 milk camels and their young ones, 40 cows, and 10 bulls, 10 donkeys and 10 goats. 17 And he delivered them into the hand of his servants, every drove by itself, and said unto his servants, Pass over before me, and put a space between drove and drove. 18 And he commanded the first, saying, When shall I meet thee? 1 And he did so. And I will ask you, saying, Whom do you go with, and to whom does this woman go before you? 19 And you shall say to your servant Jacob, I have sent you to my lord Esau, and behold, the sheep are behind us. 20 And they brought out the second, the third, and all the sheep that were behind the flocks, saying, Thus shalt thou speak unto Esau in his place. 21 And thou shalt say unto him, Behold, thy servant Jacob is behind us, for he said, I will make his face to shine with the present, and he shall go before me, and afterward I will see his face, and when he cometh, I will see his face. 22 And the present passed before him, and he went in the night. In the camp. 23 And he rose up in the night, and took his 2 wives, and his 2 sons, and one of his sons' sons, and passed over the ford of Jabbok. 24 And he took them, and brought them over the ford of the river, and passed over that which was his. 25 And Jacob was left alone, and a man wrestled with him unto the top of the hill. The morning. 26 And when he saw that he could not go with him, he touched the hollow of his thigh, and Jacob's thigh was broken in the midst of him. 27 And he said, Send me, for the morning is come. And he said, I will not send thee, except thou bless me. 28 And he said unto him, What is thy name? And he said, Jacob. 29 And he said, Not Jacob. He will say, Your name is Shem, for you have been with God and with men, and you have prevailed. 30 And Jacob asked, and he said, Tell me your name. And he said, Why is it that you ask after my name? And he blessed him with his name. 31 And Jacob called the place Shem, because I have seen God face to face. And my soul was saved. 32 And the sun shone upon him as he passed over Peniel, and he was smitten in his thigh. 33 Therefore the children of Israel eat not the sinew that shrank upon the hollow of the thigh unto this day, because he touched the hollow of Jacob's thigh in the sinew of the thigh. Send feedback. One And Jacob lifted up his eyes and looked, and, behold, Esau came, and with him 400 men, and he divided the children into Leah, and Rachel, and the 2 families. 2 And Shem put the families, and the children first, and Leah and her children next, and Rachel and Joseph last. 3 And he passed by them, and they sat down on the ground 7 times as far as his brother. 4 And Esau ran to call him, and embraced him, and fell on his face, and wept. 5 And he lifted up his eyes, and saw the women and the children, and said, What are these to thee? And he said, The children which God hath given thy servant. 6 And Hannah's household and her children came out, and bowed themselves. 7 And Leah also came out, and her children, and bowed themselves. And after that Joseph and Rachel came near, and bowed themselves. 8 And he said, Where is all this company that I have seen? And he said, Find grace in my sight, my Lord. 9 And Esau said, I have many brothers, and I will be with you. 10 And Jacob said, No, I will not. If I have found favor in your eyes, and you will accept my present from my hand, then I have seen your face as if you had seen the face of God, and you have pleased me. 11 Take my blessing which I brought you. For God has been with me, and I have all that I need. And he opened his mouth and took it. 12 And he said, Go and let me go and meet you. 13 And he said to him, My Lord knows that the children are weak, and the flocks and herds are too small for me, and if they get up one day and all the flocks die, then my Lord will pass over before me. And I will go slowly because of the work that is before me and because of the children, until I come to my Lord at Sheirah. 15 And Esau said, Let me go with you from among the people who are with me. And he said, Why have I found favor in the sight of my Lord? 16 And Esau sat down that same day. 17 And Jacob went to Shechem, and built him a house, and pitched a tent for himself, therefore the name of the place was called Succos. 18 And Jacob came to Shechem, the city of Shechem, which is in the land of Canaan, when he came from Paddan Aram, and he pitched before the city. 19 And he bought the field of the field. And there pitched his tent, which was in the valley of the river, before the children of Hamor, the father of Shechem, in the valley of the river. 20 And he built there an altar, and called upon the name of the God of Israel. One And Dinah the daughter of Leah, which she had borne to Jacob, went out to see the daughters of the land. 2 And Shechem the son of Hamor the Hittite, the king of the land, saw her, and took her, and lay with her, and humbled her. 3 And his soul was drawn unto Dinah the daughter of Jacob, and he loved the damsel, and spake kindly unto the damsel. 4 And Shechem spake unto Hamor his father, saying, Get me this damsel to wife. 5 And Jacob heard that he had defiled Dinah his daughter, and his sons were in the field, and Jacob was tilling the morrow. 6 And Hamor his father Shechem went out unto Jacob to speak with him. 7 And his sons Jacob came in from the field when he heard it, and the men were grieved, and they said to him, What a disgraceful thing Nabal has done in Israel to lie with Jacob's daughter, and this he will not do. 8 And Hamor spoke to them, saying, If Shechem, my son, has desired to live with you, then give him her to wife. 9 And we will give you our daughters as wives, and you shall take our daughters for yourselves. 10 And you shall dwell with us, and the land shall be before you, and you shall trade in it, and you shall possess it. 11 And Shechem said to her father and to her brothers, I have found favor in your eyes, and you shall say to me, I will give you my daughter. 12 They made a great deal of noise, and I will do as you have said to me, and I will give you the young woman as a wife. 13 And Jacob's sons took Shechem and his father's donkeys in Mirmah, and said, Dinah their sister has defiled me. 14 And they said to them, We cannot do this thing. To give our sister to a man who is uncircumcised is a disgrace to us. 15 But you will be treated with contempt by them, and you will be like us, circumcising every male among you. 16 And we will give our daughters to you, and we will take your daughters for ourselves, and we will live with you, and we will become one people. 17 But if not, hearken unto us, and take our daughter, and let us go. 18 And their words pleased Hamor, and Shechem his son. 19 And the young man did not hearken unto the word which he desired of Jacob's daughter, and he was more honorable than all his father's house. 20 And Hamor and Shechem his son came unto the gate. And they went up and spoke to the men of the land, saying, 21 These men are at peace with us, and they will dwell in the land, and trade in it, and behold, the land is large before them, let us take their daughters to wife, and let us give our daughters to them. 22 But this is what the men will do unto us. To dwell with them, to be one people in the land of Egypt, every male, as they are circumcised. 23 Their goods and their possessions, and all their cattle, are ours, so they are circumcised, and they shall dwell with us. 24 And they shall hearken unto Hamor, and unto Shechem his son, all that go out of the gate of his city, and every male shall be circumcised. All the men of the city went out. 25 And it came to pass on the third day, that they were sore afraid. And 2 of the sons of Jacob, Simeon and Levi, Dinah's brothers, took each man his sword, and came upon the city in peace, and slew every male. 26 And Hamor and Shechem his son they slew with the sword, and took Dinah. And they went out from the house of Shechem. 27 And the sons of Jacob came upon the unclean people, and smote the city, which they had defiled with their brethren. 28 And they took their sheep, and their oxen, and their asses, and their cattle that were in the city, and their cattle that were in the field. 29 And they took all their cattle, and their wives, and utterly destroyed them. All that is in the house. 30 And Jacob said to Simeon and Levi, You have brought me to shame by dwelling in the land of the Canaanites and the Perizzites, and I shall die in the land of Egypt, and they shall gather themselves together against me, and I shall be destroyed, I and my household. 31 And they said, This whore shall do to our sister.